Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for CatFish episode 3 for season 8. This is Sparkayla and Maritha. Or was it Maritha? Yeah, Maritha. I like these names. Somebody come fix it, please. Okay? But first things first, if you have not done so already, please remember to subscribe to my channel and become a whole J. Girl, my voice. It's 4:13 in the morning. JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Home. Send to yourselves, okay? Do not forget to also like, comment, and share this video on your social media, okay? On your social media. And follow me on IG and on Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. Okay, so this episode, we see Neve and Cammy. Neve and Cammy is in the car, okay, talking to the person who contacted the show this time, okay? So we have Kiana. Okay, where's Kiana? We have Kiana. Kiana brought into the show because she's convinced her sister, she's convinced her wife, Sparkayla, is being catfished, okay? She thinks her wife was being catfished by a lady claiming to be her long-lost sister, Maritha. Now, when I first kept seeing someone saying, my wife is getting catfished, I'm like, you letting your wife talk to people on the phone? Whatever. But we see it's a sister thing, okay? So Kiana is like, what I'm saying? She DM'd my wife, a little time ago, and told her, hey, I'm your sister. We got the same daddy or whatever. We got the same daddy. But she won't meet my wife in person. We went to Vegas. They stay in California. The sister stays supposedly in Vegas. And so they went to Vegas to see the girl. And she would flake. And, at one point in time, the girl said she changed her number and then disappeared for a few months or whatever. Was it a few months? Yeah, a few months. And then popped back out and saying, like, oh, I got my number changed, sister. This is my new number or whatever. And so Kiana feels like, I think my wife is an easy target because she may want some money. She be like, well, I can't do this, I can't do that because I ain't got no money. So Kiana think that her wife is getting played, okay? Getting played. I said, well, I guess so. So, I'll move over here. Anyway, so, Neve and Cammy agree to help us out, okay, literally. Now, she also brings up how, she won't meet in person, and the one time they had like a little video chat, it was for like a minute, or not even that, and it was a real dark thing. She could not really see the girl's face. So it was just weird or whatever. So when they go meet, because remember, we know it's not the person being catfish who calls in. It's someone else. So they go to the people's house to meet Sparkayla. Sparkayla brings up how she's not close to the father, at all. She was the only child for a while. Her mom and daddy ain't together anymore. But she brings up when she was around 10 years old, she had always been the only child, but her daddy came around with two other daughters, who she then found out were his two other children. So again, daddy was had the Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. But again, it was what it was. So again, her and her father do not have a good relationship now. So she says she thinks that's the reason why Maritha may be really her sister. Now, first of all, they favor. Let's just say that. But again, she brings up how, because her and her father aren't close, she hasn't been able to ask him. He kind of won't answer the questions or whatever. And, the other two sisters haven't said much about it either. So, that was really it. So, we do see Neve and Cammy, do they I Spy private eye stuff to kind of figure out what they can figure out. Because all day, the girl had only sent 2 pictures, okay, and that came up with nothing. Her social media really had nothing. The social media was created like 2 years ago, so around the same time that she messaged Sparkayla, these names. So they don't come up with too much. So Neve and Cammy do decide to call the other two sisters. Now, One of them, you know what I'm saying, brought up, well, yeah, she did. The girl did hit me up on IG too, and she told me that we were sisters, but I didn't believe her, so I just ignored her. So that's what one sister said. Then the other sister said, you know what I'm saying, well, yeah, she did reach out to me too, again on IG, you know what I'm saying, but she's like, I'm close to our dad, and I asked him about it. He told me that he don't have no other kid, and so she lied, okay? That's what my daddy told me. She lied. She lied. Now, earlier, Sparkayla's wife said her they work and they do like events with TV shows and all that stuff. So on their IG, be looking like they always around famous people. So maybe this person could be catfish her for some clout, okay, to get around some famous people. And then the sister who said that she asked the daddy, you know, if he had another kid, she said she's popular in her area because she does microblading. And she said maybe she just saw me somewhere and just thought she was going to say she my sister. But my daddy said that, you know what I'm saying, he had no other kids. I, you know what I'm saying, did not pay any attention to it. She then said, but somebody did make a fake page. You know, they made a fake page of me, and I assumed it was her because it was around the time. And I said, oh, is that what you think? So, you know, they couldn't find too much on the girl, okay? So I say, what we gonna do now? So they go back and talk to Sparkayla and her wife and say, hey, we ain't found too much, okay? We found that, you know, her page on Instagram don't seem too real because she only have a few posts, and not that many people find her. She's nowhere on social media. We did, you know, Google her name, and it came up, a person with that name did come up in Vegas, and they were, you know, related to somebody named Patricia. Oh, well, she said her mom name was Patricia. They're like, oh, so she may really be a person, but what's the reason like that she ain't met you? It's kind of weird or whatever. So they said, well, all we can really do is, you know what I'm saying, kind of call her. But Neve and them didn't mention, like, we talked to your sisters, and they both say that the girl reached out to them too. And she's like, well, that's weird because they didn't mention to me that the girl reached out to them, so I didn't know that. But again, her and the sisters are not close. It seemed like the daddy's probably closer with these two other kids than he is with Sparkayla. Okay, I may have been called her Starkeisha. I'm not sure, but y'all know how I do sometimes I mess up names. Anyway, so you know, it was weird because again, the two sisters say she reached out to me. Okay, she reached out to me, but we didn't believe her. Daddy said she not our sister. He never mentioned all the kid or whatever. But I'm like, again, Daddy had two kids that Sparkayla didn't know about. Okay? Oh, Sparkayla. And Sparkayla didn't know about. So who knows what's going on with Daddy? Okay? So and again, Papa seemed to be a Rolling Stone. And I feel like the fact that Sparkayla isn't close with the daddy, but he's close or at least talk to the other two, some of that water ain't clean, okay? Anyway, so they called Maritha, something. And because that's their last option, they can't figure nothing else out. And she answered the phone, like, hey, this is Neve from CatFish. She's like, CatFish? Really? Really? They're like, yeah, it's been 2 years. You know, it's been 2 years and we haven't met. It's been 2 years and we have not did a little video chat or nothing. So we need to see what's going on. And you know what? I just, you know what I'm saying? I know I've been setting her up, but I had things going on or whatever, but I never meant to hurt her. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot more to this that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hurt you. And they're like, we need to meet up or this be done. So do you want to meet up and we can be done? So she agrees to meet up with them. And I'm like, well, that's good. That's good. And so they meet up. And she's the actual girl, okay? So they meet up, and it's actually her. So you see, that's the picture that she sent the girl, and that was her. So it's really her. I like her little hair, whatever. It's real, real cute. She must have got it done before she went there. So, you know, again, it's her. And they like, oh, so like you are the person in the pictures. She's like, yeah, it's me. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot going on or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they like, why was you being so weird? Why was you standing her up? Why was you saying that you was in town and you wasn't in town? Like, it needs feel like it can't be as simple, because if you, then why would you not, you know, willing to come meet her? Because this could have happened a long time. Like, y'all ain't need this. And she said, well, I was just weirded out or whatever, because when I reached out to the other two sisters, they were just not receptive to me, so I was just kind of cautious with Sparkayla. Yes, Sparkayla. And I didn't treat you that way. I was always open to you, whatever. So I don't know why you would, you know what I'm saying, be weird towards me, because that ain't how I roll. I guess so. Anyway, she brings up how she, you know what I'm saying, had talked to the daddy. So she is in contact with the daddy, even though the daddy is not in contact with Sparkayla. So again, Papa was a rolling stone, dun 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 dun. Wherever he laid his hat was his home, and when he died, all he left us was alone. Anyway, stop it. So again, she brings up the way she said, all I knew was Sparkayla's name, but I thought her name was Sparkle. And so when I kept looking up Sparkle, I couldn't find her. I didn't know her real name was Sparkayla. She says she was, once she got older, her mama told her, well, you have sisters. Okay, you have sisters, okay, and this is your daddy or whatever. And she said, but again, she could not find much of nothing. And then about 4 years ago, her uncle gave her the sister's real name and info on the daddy. And so one by one, she was contacting the sisters, but the first two sisters did not believe her because it seems like Sparkayla is the last sister that she contacted. Okay, anyway, so Sparkayla, well, you know what? We need to have a DNA test. Like, that's just the only way to do it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And then Maritha said, well, I don't know if we should do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to hurt you. And she's like, what do you mean? So she then said, well, I talked to the father, whatever, and he said some things, and I don't want that to come out. And they're like, what did he say? Like, what happened? The daddy told Maritha that Sparkayla wasn't really his daughter. Girl, I said, the daddy ain't shit. The daddy, you told a stranger girl because the daddy told the other daughter that she not the daughter, but he still talking to her. But he told her that this kid Sparkayla wasn't hers. But I also feel like, what if she lied? What if she's saying that he said that so that if they take a DNA test and they not related, she can say, well, it's because she not really his daughter. The daddy or the other two sisters would have to be in the test too for them to realize, are they related? You know what I'm saying? Girl, it was saying too much. Anyway, she brings up how we know. That's why I don't want to do it. But Sparkle, I don't care about that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that or whatever because he's my daddy. And you know what I'm saying, we just need to figure out if we are really siblings or not and leave it at that. So it's like a little DNA testing center that was close, that was open, and they went and it would take, like, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of time to get the results or whatever. So they go and they have the DNA test. I'm looking like they were the first DNA test ever on CatFish. Okay, and like, I've always wanted to do a DNA test. I always felt like a DNA test on the show would be, you know what I'm saying, she said I'm the daddy, but I'm the daddy, whatever, and so she catfished me to give proof that I thought that would happen, but it never did. Anyway, they go get the DNA test, and so they later on get the results, okay, and they both look nervous. They look so nervous, and the test results show they are not sisters, but they're half sisters, okay? So yay, they not so it showed, I'm gonna stop playing. It showed that yes, they are half sisters. They do have the father in connection or whatever. It was a 99.99% positive reading of them two being half siblings. So the daddy was lying to everybody, okay? The daddy was lying to the other two daughters, to Maritha, and to basically to Sparkayla. Girl, I said the daddy ain't shit. But I'm like, the daddy hid the first two kids. So if she was the only child for 10 years, but he then had kids around who was like her same age, he was out here sowing his wild oats. He may have more kids, and it makes me feel bad that she was reaching out to the other sisters, and they kind of dogged her based on the daddy denying her, and turns out she is their sister. Okay, so yay. So they do the little 2-month checkup like 2 months later, and the sisters are still hanging out. They were together actually because it was Maritha's birthday, and they bring up how they sent the test to the daddy. They showed the test to the other two sisters or whatever. She has not met her other two sisters yet because they're just not as open. I feel like, again, there's a split from that daddy. is a split from that daddy. The other two kids more important for some reason, and she ain't. And now it seems like she isn't either. So they said they sent him the test results so he knows that, you know what I'm saying, they are both his kids. But the sisters have not met her yet or whatever. But these two get along, and the wife was happy to know that the girl was really the sister. You know what I'm saying? That she wasn't scamming or whatever. So that was really it. It was a real easy breezy catfish. You know what I'm saying? Again, the first DNA ever. And I like how they're not just connecting people who are like relationship stuff. This was more of like a long lost relative who I thought was playing too damn much and wasn't being real or whatever, but she was being real. And so that was it. So I mean, yeah, I'm done. Peace.